welcome back to the Tactical Survival Series, played by me, Tactical Curl. We're starting episode 2 off over in the jungle. I've been harvesting the wood and bamboo. The jungle wood specifically, I like to categorize it into the different types of logs because I just merely use the jungle wood for the crafting, like the torches and any of the crafting aspects. I'm not really interested in building with it at this moment in time, and there's tons of it. So it's currently a crafting item, and I'm harvesting it like crazy. But in between episodes, I did some strip mining, and I was able to enchant a diamond pickaxe. Successfully, which is awesome. However, when I was strip mining, I ran across a dungeon, a skeleton dungeon, thankfully, and I wanted to put a build around it and potentially some storage and an enchanting table and, you know, all of that stuff, so we have a nice experience enchanting area and farm and source and whatever. So I wanted to quickly jump into a time lapse and get a structure built around this farm. So let's not waste any time and hop right into it. So let's go over this build in its entirety and see what we did. So first, let's walk outside. And I'll show you how I discovered this place. So, this is Junglewood, just so you know, which is interesting. If you look, can we see anything? I'm trying to look. Like, that's where our base is, where all the spruce is, our living area, all that spruce trees, which I'm using to harvest and build with. I'm harvesting to build with. And this is our nice little bridge we have going across the water. I had to construct it. I couldn't continue to. Ooh, look, axolotl. I already have one in a bucket. And glow squid spawn right here, so I've been harvesting glow squid. But I was sick of swimming in the water, so I put this bridge up. I think it's nice. I might, you know, as time goes on, try to make it look like it's aged a little bit. Rotate some of these, potentially change some of the blocks out. Might add some water features down there, such as coral and light, but that's for a later date. I don't have that right now. I also don't need this, actually. So we have this nice little staircase going up. And this is the skelly grinder, of course, and I had to install a bubble elevator for it. There's a ladder, like, right there, covered, but, ladder's a bit slow. So, we will just take this, and we literally drop, like, 50 blocks in, like, you know, 15 seconds. Just don't stand on the magma block for very long, because it can kill you. But if you just get out, you're fine, of course. We have this, I think, this very nice looking room. This is the third skelly grinder I've made within, like, a month or 2 months, at least, on multiple worlds, or just across multiple worlds. So, you know, I've kind of figured out the quickest way to hollow it out and just kind of throw something together. But I think this is probably my best one. I really like the nether wood that I pulled from the nether. I saw it and I was like, you know what, I have to incorporate that somehow. And I will put enchanted chainmail armor on these armor stands. Just because I like chainmail armor. I like the lore behind it, and I think, you know, it's technically the rarest armor because you cannot craft it, but you can farm it. But you know, you used to not be able to farm it, whatever. So, but we have this nice enchanting table. That gets us to level 30. See, level 30 right there. We just need lapis and we would need 30 experience. And it's got the grindstone crafting table, and then this, you know, the barrel for storage. This is the drop chute. So if we just turn it on, take it off peaceful. I've been running around peaceful just because this is a reboot, of course, and I just have been trying to get stuff done quickly. Because I've been doing the same thing over and over, and it's getting a bit tedious. Let's flip it to hard. This room is a little farther away. Like, there's a little bit of a fall. You can't really see it. Compared to my last ones, and I wonder if that affects the spawning rates just a little bit. But the fall damage is there just to damage them a little bit. These skeletons, of course, if they will spawn. Oh wait, I need to turn the farm on. Silly me. Yeah, that would. Yeah, you gotta turn it on. Oh, ouch. So this gate is here, obviously, for when I need to go AFK. You just stand right in this corner, and you auto click it, and if like for thorns. So if if a skeleton spawns with thorns armor, the thorns armor will push you back, and eventually you'll get pushed back and you won't be able to hit. And sometimes it'll throw your crosshair off. So if you just kind of stand in the corner all the way back and just hit, you'll be fine. And any thorns armor that is applied to you will you'll automatically be pushed into this corner, and you'll be barely adjusted at all. So let's flip it back to peaceful because I don't have any food on me. And yeah, that's the skeleton. That's the skeleton grinding part. That's where my experience comes from. And this is for like long-term storage. I'm saving this because I'm probably gonna add another room onto here that is deep storage for armor, because there's barely any real deep storage, but I have yet to do that. Then if we come down this hallway, we hop into this very large looking room, and we can just hop up here, and if you recognize this is of course a item filtration system. It's very huge. My last one was kind of small and disappointing because I ran into bedrock. So this one I pulled no stops, and it's literally, thankfully it doesn't interfere with bedrock, so we were able to, in theory I could like drop this down to bedrock and install chests all the way down, because after the item's filtered at the top, it just needs to fall into the correct slot and it will just fill up lines of chests. So I've obviously haven't really run the farm besides to get like fill up the filters themselves. And you can see here, these ones that are up higher are the non-filtered items, so these are the unstackable items like the bow and the armor. As you can see here, that's the first. This will be the first chest that's filled. It goes up, 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 and then it will start there, and so on and so forth. So if we look in the item filtration system, so this last one's still filling up. It needs 41 items, and then it will start letting items through, specifically bones. But I filled it up backwards so that the item had to travel down, and then it would fill up its slot. So we have 2 arrow slots, and then the rest are bone. And in theory, I could just do 1 slot for bone, but just to utilize space, I'm doing multiple slots for bone, so I can, instead of going down, I can just go across with chests. It is a little more technical back here, but that's fine. I don't mind spending the resources to save on space, quote unquote. So the item filter, of course, works with a comparator, and it takes. Let's look at one that's full. So this amount of items right here gives off a redstone pulse that is just barely enough to not trigger this piece of dust right here. If one more item went into here, which would be a bone, of course, because it would be coming through here, and it could only accept bones because there's a bone right here that's waiting to pull bones, obviously. It would detect another item in here and power this piece of dust, which in turn would power that repeater all the way down there, which would depower this torch, which would depower the hopper, or unlock the hopper, this one right below it. But let's see. Oh no, I think it's either this one or it's this one. I think it's this one though. Or it might be it locks this one so that no items can go into it, and this is just the one on top, so no items fall through. And the moment that there's 41 items in here again, so it goes 40, so it's like counting down 44, 43, 42, 41. The redstone signal instantly drops. The whole thing reverses, and this hopper right down there is repowered, and everything stops, and it stays perfectly filled. This red dye is just an item filter, of course, to not let anything else through. And this is just a wall of hoppers, and chests, of course. No redstone. And I might come through here and put composters on the top. I need to do some studying on why that works. Something about a composter having one inventory slot and a hopper having 5 inventory slots, and if you just put a composter on the top of it, it reduces the amount of times the hopper's gonna pull by 4 or something. I don't know. I need to do some research on it so I know what I'm talking about, because it sounds very confusing and not accurate, but I will let you know when I find out. So I think that's pretty much it for the farm. I don't know if there's any. I can show you kind of the maintenance-y side. If we just come over here. This is a cave I still need to come through and fortune. But I haven't yet. So there's that. But this was my strip mine. I was strip mining through here, and la-di-da-di-da, and I just so happened to come across this area and was doing some digging around and stumbled upon the farm. But this cave isn't really all that explored. It's a dead end down there, or it continues on into unlit cave, and I don't want to go start loading new chunks. But I stumbled across this skeleton spawner, thankfully, and I can utilize it to the best of my abilities. Let's close up. Oh wait, this is that ladder, of course. You can't get out. I mean, you can, but there's a block covering it. Aesthetic reasons. I have successfully used the Skelly Grinder to extract experience and apply it to my equipment. So let's go over the equipment that I was able to create. Alright. Oops. Okay, so the chest plate's used, and I'll explain why in just a sec. Alright, so the helmet we got on Breaking 3, Protection 4, and Aqua Affinity. I like this helmet. I'm going to use it. I like Protection 4. It's probably the best protection. Actually, it's probably definitely the best protection. And then the Aqua Affinity, of course, allowing for faster mining underwater. Our chestplate we have on Breaking 3, Blast Protection 4, and Thorns 2. I'm not a fan of this chestplate. Eventually, I will replace it. I will probably be replacing this piece of armor first, just because of the Thorns 2. It really puts a damper on things when your armor kills entities that you're working with, such as zombie villagers, or just any hostile mob for that matter. Alright, our leggings, we have Protection 3 and a Breaking 3. Not the best leggings in the world, you know, but it's Protection 3, so we're not going to complain, we're going to use it. We're going to apply it. And then our boots, we have Fire Protection 3 and Breaking 3 and Feather Falling 4. These are great boots. Feather Falling 4 is amazing. The Fire Protection is kind of lame. It's the lowest protection in my opinion. You know, but maybe it will work being on our feet. You know, maybe it'll help us not burn our feet if we walk on magma blocks or whatever. So, yeah, so let's apply this armor. And this piece of armor is used because of the Thorns too. I hit it while it was on this armor stand and it took damage. It deflected damage back at me and it applied damage to the armor stand, or the chest plate. And then our tools, we have obviously 3 swords right here. They're all looting 3. I was blessed with looting. So this is looting 3, sharpness 4, looting 3, sharpness 4 again, and then looting 3, smite 4. And this will just allow me to really use this farm without getting mending for a while. I'm going to need to get mending for a minute, well, pretty soon. And I had already broken 1 sword, unfortunately, because I wasn't paying attention, and that sword's gone forever, so. And it was pretty OP sword, but oh well. We will be going for mending here shortly, but that's the reason I got multiple swords, so that I can rotate between them. And then our pickaxe, we have on Breaking 3, Efficiency 4, which is good, and Grand, Efficiency 4 is great. I've noticed when I'm extracting and using enchants, it is very hard to um, we'll find efficiency 5 because I don't know why, and I thought diamond tools would help extract efficiency 5, like right here, but I never seem to run across it. So, um, yeah, it's unfortunate, but we're gonna use the efficiency 4, and we're we're not gonna complain about it. And we're eventually gonna get efficiency 5 between a villager or the enchanting table. So. Alright, and then our diamond axe, we have efficiency 3 and breaking 3. Not the best axe, but we're gonna use it. It's it's better than nothing, right? And then our shovel, we just have efficiency 4. I should have pulled in breaking 3, but I didn't. I just got greedy with the efficiency 4, and I wanted to slaughter a dirt hill quickly, so that's why I have this. And I'm gonna do that in between episodes. And then this room I kind of changed a little bit. I added a few more trapdoors and whatnot. I added some anvils. I don't think I really added anything else really. If we go down here, actually this bow, we gotta talk about this bow. I built this bow from this area right here particularly, like these enchanted bows that come through here. Obviously I've cleaned it out recently, but I just kind of build the bows as they come through, eventually creating a god bow, of course, and the enchantments that I spent on this was probably about 60 experience levels or so, so this was quite an expensive piece. But I just built it, and it was just kind of, it just kind of give you the pieces right here. You just gotta find them, dig through it, find the right bow and whatnot. And then I use this to smelt down the gold armor that's not enchanted. And then behind us, we have deep storage for enchanted bows, of course. And this is actually where I would initially build my bows and whatnot. But these, of course, aren't filled yet. So I've kind of was just building it out of here. As this farm gets used and the world ages, these chests will get filled over time. However, I've put in a lot of arrows, so obviously not the full thing, but I've put in a ton. And then we're only collecting the enchanted armor. I don't know why, just because obviously that's not even enchanted, but that's just because iron armor is really rare. And this one will be the longest to fill, but we have it because it's a drop. And then the chainmail armor, of course, is getting sucked up immediately upstairs and put on armor stands. And then we have plenty of gold armor, and that will fill up in the leather, of course. And then if we look in here, I just got this moss area that I just threw some moss down and bone milled it because why not? And if I ever need to create a giant moss hole, or I'm actually at Y11, so it's not really possible. But I have moss stored back there for whatever reason. And then let's look behind here. So obviously those composters up there to reduce lag. I had them all the way up through there, but they burned because I have a lava source right here, as you can see. So if we just hop up here, oh no, if we look down here first. So before I just had the hopper right here pointing off, but now it's directing into this dropper with this dump chest right here, of course, to dump my inventory. But it goes this hopper line. If this entire system's full, items will be sent in this dropper. A redstone signal will be taken out of the dropper, out of that comparator, out of that repeater, sent out of that redstone dust to this redstone dust, to this repeater, which will depower this torch, which will depower this redstone line, which will depower the block, which will repower the torch. And at the moment the torch is powered, this clock right here has power to run. And it's a slow tick clock. I will show it to you in just a sec. So it'll take it'll start a redstone pulse signal, whatever clock, and it'll take that signal off of the system, not connecting or to be confused with the item filtration system. There's no interference. And then it comes up here, it goes onto these slabs just so it doesn't interfere with anything and we make sure everything's clear. And then of course the redstone line goes over the dropper and it powers the dropper. And that dropper is, of course, as you can see, is pointing into this section of blocks right here, which is housing a piece of lava, or a lava source block. Alrighty, gamers. So, thank you for sticking around and watching episode 2. It has been a interesting episode. It's been a world-breaking episode, of course. I get a source of experience now, and you know, that really threw me off. If you look, my experience bar has returned. That really threw me off. Earlier I had said that I had spent it all, and I thought I had, but apparently I have 67 levels and it just had disappeared because the research back. So, as you can see, this farm is very highly productive in its experience, gaining and whatnot. So yeah, we'll just feed this hopper full of these trashed items. I appreciate you guys watching the episode. Like I said, if you haven't already, give it a like, subscribe, and stick around for next week. I've got episode 3 coming out. We're gonna start focusing on our starter base. Of course, these episode 1 and 2 was to focus on the tools and gearing up because it's a lot harder to build and produce good content with iron tools and stone tools. So we needed a way to, of course, get amazing tools or semi-amazing tools, and of course as time goes on we will make greater tools. But anyway, thank you for watching to the end of the video, and I will see you guys next week on episode 3. See you later.